I just published my second book, Good Work. But before we get into that, I want to tell you a bit about how it happened. About 7 months ago, I was struggling to write. It was driving me a little crazy. In my life, though, I was pretty happy. I was a new dad and literally soaking up as many minutes as possible that I could of the day-to-day changes and joy that came with all of that. But I had lost connection with something that was really special to me. My relationship with work, my relationship with writing. See, for years before having a kid, I literally didn't have a schedule. I wrote when it felt right. It was easy. The writing just happened. It was pretty fun, and I did that for more than 5 years. But now, working at home, I'd hear her giggle in the other room, and I couldn't stay focused on writing. Now, I knew writing still mattered to me, but it was competing with this new thing that actually mattered a lot more. But in the vision of my life, I knew I had to have all these parts working. My creativity and my new identity as a father. So I started making some changes. I decided, so let's work outside the house for the first time. I went to write in co-working rooms at our apartment complex and at cafes. I started scheduling writing blocks. During these blocks, I would write no matter what. I wrote with friends. I started dropping the ball on other things. I paused my podcast. I started not sending my newsletter every week. And slowly I started to find my groove. I could start to feel that connection again. I would start to feel what I experienced so effortlessly for years. And I also realized I needed to abandon a draft that had over 57,000 words. I opened up a new document one day and started writing. I started writing about, why does this matter to me so much? Why do I need to find my connection with writing again? I wrote about why I knew I'd find my way again. I also wrote about why it was easy to not let my insecurity and fears and uncertainty about the future and my now declining income, even while having a kid now, how they didn't deter me. I wrote about how I rode this connection to work over the years and how I never had a plan. And I also wrote about how I fell in love on this path and then watched my wife on her own search for what I now call good work too. And through writing this book, I was able to find that connection again. And it took over my life in the best way possible. And I was able to find my connection with myself again, my connection with the work again, the connection with the people around me, and a connection with something deeper, something that's harder to explain. And I'm sharing it with you now. So that's the story of how this book happened. I'm really excited to share it with you. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here. I'll be sharing more about it. There's some links I wrote about how I published it this time below. But if you're intrigued and want to find the work that matters to you and want a friendly companion on that search, this book is for you.